I started getting coaching and realized this is like therapy 2.0. There's this
Yeah.
whole other way of thinking about neuroplasticity and the way that we can reprogram our brain, not just to be in management mode to make myself feel better and be able to deal with my life, but to actually be in a state of mastery and control and authorship of my life. So that
Things. So what are you most excited about these days? What are you working on?
Oh my gosh. I have been getting back I've been kind of merging a lot of stuff that I used to do with the stuff that I've been doing the past couple of years. So I've been doing mindset work and um that's kind of evolved into almost like embodiment work is what I like to call it. It's more of like not just like let's not just be cerebral about it. Let's make this an experience where our body knows how to level up. So I have a lot of experience and work with somatic stuff to kind of like the whole integration energetically of how we work with our up leveling in our minds and our bodies. Um, and now I'm kind of bringing back in stuff that was sort of unrelated, but super creative. And that's all the graphic design work that I used to do. That was my first
Oh,
career. I used to do graphic design stuff. And it was really the visual communication that I loved so much. And I'm realizing now that that actually fits in really beautifully in this way that's like almost almost like branding. It's like how do we take you and help you see yourself in this light of someone who like a way to see yourself as already there, as already that person who's already successful in accomplishing these things. How do we help you see yourself in that light and communicate your stuff, like dive into your stuff so you have a clear indication of what are really my strengths, what are really my gifts, how do I communicate to those to the people who really need them. It's like a connecting piece. That's what I used to always call myself in the graphic design world. It's like I'm the connector between the person who has the thing and the person who wants the thing, but neither of them know each other. So
oh,
it's kind of like coming back to all that and working with a lot of the people that I've met through all the different programs who are entrepreneurs, and they kind of just don't have that communication piece of how do I tell people about myself or how do I show myself through my website or whatever it may be. So I kind of have both those things going right now and really enjoying it all.
oh,
I love creativity so much, but it's not just creativity. It's like I am a visual person. The way I coach my clients in my one-on-one stuff, and I bring it into the Powerhouse Collective also, but the way I work with them is I draw on all the whiteboards and I have them draw stuff too. And I'm like, let's see the information inside of you that you're working with, because then you have a better ability to be like, how do we take apart the puzzle and put it back together in the way that we want? What is
mm,
it that they actually look like? What is it that I actually am going for? Um, it feels like that's that's a similar type of thing as all the stuff that I used to do with my graphic stuff. It was just like, let's show you. I want to show you. I want to show you. I want to show you. I'm 100% visual. This is the thing I've realized that's been so cool about just some of my journey is just realizing how I connect with learning. So I didn't know this until after all my schooling days, but I connect with learning 100% visually, but also kinesthetically. So it's not, don't just show me a picture, show me you like drawing the picture as you explain the ideas. And then I got it. I got it just like that. So that's what I do with all my mindset work and all the stuff that I work with, like body wise and embodiment and all that, and transformationally. I couldn't grasp it because I couldn't see it. So I
mm,
had and I couldn't find anybody. Like I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know what I was asking for. I was just like, I don't get it. I don't get what you're saying to me. I don't get how to absorb that and integrate that. So it's really the process that I've had to do for myself, um, that I give to all my clients. I have found that a lot of the clients that come towards me are experiencing the same types of thing. They're like, that's how they need to process information and work with information also. So this is just sort of a beautiful piece to bring back in. That's like, I also just love beauty. I love showing people a website and they're like, oh, that is me. That is what I'm trying to say. That is what I'm trying to communicate, right? It's like yeah, let me show you. Let's bring it into something tangible that you can hold. I'm a very like I need tangible. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
taking all the intangibles and making it into this really beautiful, tangible kind of thing.
That is such a good feeling. I absolutely love whenever something connects and the client is like, oh my gosh, you totally get it. Allison,
Mhm.
has your journey always been you knew you were going to do mindset? Or I know that you used to do design, but how did that transition take place, going from design to mindset? Because that's not a really natural flow, right?
No, it's not. No, I became a coach because I needed a coach.
Oh,
I had like I found therapy first. I found therapy back in like 2014. And that sort of broke my mind open to psychology and like the undercurrents in relationships and like the things that we have no idea are actually going on. It's not just like the things we're saying or the things we're seeing. There's so much more happening under the surface. And that was like a whoa, what is this new reality that no, why didn't anybody teach me about this? Right. It's like emotional intelligence 101. But I'm like, nobody taught me. Nobody raised me to have an awareness of these other things. So I feel like I had so much um so much confusion in my life and so much stress and so much overwhelm. And now looking back on it now, it was so much stress in my body, like chronic stress in my body that was starting to really wreak havoc. Like my body was just like, what are you even doing? This is not sustainable. It's not what we continue. And that's kind of how I found therapy. And then I did therapy for a lot of years. And it was actually through a series of events, which I just love how a series of events happen. But it was through a series of events that I got into a business program. And then I started to get coaching from a friend of mine for free for her certification. And that's when I was like, oh, all this stuff that I've been thinking I wanted to do in my business, which had a lot to do with previous stuff I'd done, but then wanting to work with some of the stuff I'd learned with psychology and with therapy. Like I just wanted to help people have better lives and with some of the information I learned. And then I started getting coaching and realized this is like therapy 2.0. There's this
yeah.
whole other way of thinking about neuroplasticity and the way that we can reprogram our brain, not just to be in management mode to make myself feel better and be able to deal with my life, but to actually be in a state of mastery and control and authorship of my life. So that's kind of how that moved all that direction. It sort of went in pieces. Like I got therapy for my life. I was still doing design work at that time, but I also had no, I wasn't doing this. I had taken a break from design work because I had three small children at that time, very small. And designs was still stuff that I loved. Like I've always loved art. I've always been art minded. So the next kinds of entrepreneurial types of stuff I was doing still sort of fit with some of that stuff, but it was not exactly, it was still very much like, what do I want to do? I have this spirit of entrepreneurship. I want to do something, but I also have this crazy life and I'm just trying to like live and be okay. I'm just trying to be okay. That was like the common theme of my life. Is I need to be okay. And that sort of led me into to experiencing coaching for myself, which then led me into this is what I'm meant for. I'm made for this. Are you kidding me? So yeah.
I love that. I love that you landed into it and said, "This is made for me." Because a lot of people don't have that. They slowly get into a trajectory, and then they at some point find, okay, this was made for me, and they get to that
Right.
point. Some people still don't get there, and but it's where they feel okay. It's like what you were looking for. Some people find something that makes them feel okay because it pays the bills,
Mm-hmm.
it is stable, it helps them to feel fulfilled in that they have a career. And
Mm-hmm.
then you find the other side of it is finding something that's like absolutely made for you. So not only does it pay the bills, but it makes you feel really, really good and it's
Mm-hmm.
stable, right? So for some people, it's living that balance of feeling okay, but not being fulfilled. Do you,
Mm.
how did you know that it was going to meet all of those things for you and that it was what was that feeling like? I guess really that's all I
Mm,
want to know. It's like, what was that feeling like that was like, oh,
yeah.
this was made for me?
Yeah. I love it. I love this looking through all this information like this. So I've never been someone who was like, I just need to pay the bills. I just need to be uh safe in that regard. I've always felt like there's more, there's bigger, there's expansion. Like I don't want to just like find a thing and just be like this is just what I do. However, like the feeling okay thing, that was like what I found in therapy, and then completely next level in coaching was like, oh, me within my body, in my moment by moment experience as a human, I get to feel like, wow, like this is mine, and I get to have this, and I get to feel good and happy and excited. Like, what do I want to do? Like, I get to feel alive, you know? And before it was just like, I'm just barely treading water. And
Mm.
then after in therapy, it was like, okay, now I know how to swim better. And then with coaching, it was like, oh my gosh, I know how to fly. I know how to build planes. I know how to go places, like all within and of myself. So there was this there was something within coaching that was like, this makes sense. This helps me make sense of my human experience
Mhm.
in ways that I never knew was possible. And now I'm just like all I want to do is dive further and further and further and further into this. And I cannot help but talk about the things that I love. So I'm like, oh my gosh, did you know? Did you know your feelings come from your thoughts? Oh my gosh, did you know that you can change your thoughts? Oh my gosh, did you know that you can work with your body and all the emotions that feel like they're completely over top of you? Did you know? Let me tell you. Right. So that's what it felt like.
Yeah, actually, and that's perfect because that brings me into like how people land in things that work that other people may be really skeptical of. For example, so many people talk down on network marketing and MLM experiences, but yet
Mhm.
there are people who thrive and who do really, really well. And not just in MLM, but also in coaching, in the coaching space. A lot of people are like, oh, coaching, they've had so many bad experiences that
Right.
or have heard so many scary and bad experiences, yet there are people who really thrive and have found so much light through coaching. And I feel like the reason why there's such a huge difference in the way that people feel about certain careers or certain uh, specialties is mainly because of the way that someone delivers it. For example,
Mhm.
with you landed in it and you're like, oh my gosh, you want to tell everybody, you want to shout it from the rooftops. And it's a part of your being. It is your lifestyle. It's the way that
Yeah.
you live and it's the way that you share. It bleeds through you and everything that you do.
Thank you.
Whereas on the other end of the spectrum, there are people who are just cold DMing and like, hey, these are my services, right? It's the way
Mhm.
that you deliver it, the way that you embrace it, and that goes for everything.
Mhm.
Anything that you want for that you're looking for people to really understand and jump on board, if
Mhm.
you're not immersed in it in the way that you live, the way you breathe, the way you talk, but you're only there to sell it, people perceive it so differently. So like, when you say that you realize this was it, this is where you want to tell everybody everything about what you've learned.
Mhm.
That can be parlayed into so many other different careers and specialties, and that's where the difference lies in having to chase clients and having to chase sales versus attracting sales and
Mhm.
bringing in aligned clients. So you say that you did the first part of business, I mean, and this hasn't changed, but you started
Mhm.
your business with three little ones.
I did.
Yeah, so you're still, of course, a mom. How has that dynamic played into your business, and do you feel like it's something that's really enhanced the experience, or do you feel like it's held you back in a lot of ways, or what is your experience there, being a mom and operating your business and being able to do it from wherever you want to?
Hmm. Yeah, great question. So it's funny because what I am currently working on in my own growth right now is structure. Structure and how I work with working,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm the kind of person that I like to. So when I used to do art, let's just put it like do use this example. When I used to do art back in college, I would just go live in the art building. I wanted to like take it out of my mind and get it into the canvas, into the computer, what it is. Like let's make it, let's bring it into fruition. I would just stay there until it was done because I just had so much drive. Like I could just go immerse myself in that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since becoming a mom, apparently now I have ADD. I didn't, I mean, I've never not been diagnosed, but I feel like every mom does because
Yeah.
you have to think in a million directions at any given time. And also, I'm extremely empathetic and highly sensitive. So like all their little quirks or needs are just like I'm like I see them all, and not only that, I'm a coach, and I'm like I need to fix them, and then I need to correct that, but whatever. But so I just like see all the things and all around me where all the spaces that I can be helpful or be in service to or just have a witness, or like how can I help this with my clients, or how can I help this with my audience, or just it's like my mind is in so many places all the time that's been a really like a lot of my journey in the past couple of years is just trying to understand, okay, this is like new territory. This is a new planet. I can't work with information the way I used to. I can't just go into the art building and spend 5 days there, right? I have a family, I have responsibilities, I have tasks. I have to work with information in different ways. That's been something that has been a really interesting process for me to kind of understand what's all the underlying stuff there. Like, where are the places that I get really confused, or like I don't know how to structure my time, or I don't know how to build this more, or I don't know how to be there for them more. It does all come down to the ideas and beliefs in your mind. It's just a matter of finding them, because every new area of your life, you find more and more things that you're like, oh, that was holding me back. That was a space where my brain was telling me that my kids are holding me back because I can't go do these things the way I used to. But
Mm-hmm.
actually, my brain was just using it. What was underneath those things, this is all about the mining for the deep. What was underneath that was really a fear of getting more prominent, of getting more out there, of being in new territory in my business. And it was just pulling from this other area to kind of keep me stationary. So it's just, there's always a lot of things going on in giving time. And I think that it doesn't ever really have anything to do with is it too much or is it possible or not. It's all just a matter of like how how do I want to think? How do I want to hold this information? How do I want to play with the materials at hand? If it's all part of the art, right? If like there's the paints, my kids and their schedules, there's there's the canvas, the structure of my days. Like if I get to play with this, I get to hold it all with this very open lightness. And it gets to just be a game that's really what I lean into a lot now. And I just am very, very aware and noticing at any given time of what are the feelings that I'm having right now, and what are they telling me I can and can't have? What are they making things mean? And where are they blocking me? Because I am always ever the only one blocking anything.
Oh, I really love the way you laid that out in these are the things that I have to use. These are the tools, the mediums that I have to lay out on my canvas. How am I going to utilize that? That's a really, really nice way to put together something to explain for creatives and entrepreneurs. So I love that. And I do agree. I am the one who stands in my way of achieving anything and getting
Mhm.
to the results that I want. It does start with my ability to understand that I can do it. So,
Mhm.
so with all of that said, I love the way that you explain it and you break it down and make it really simple.
Oh,
So
thank you.
if for people who are looking for more information on what you do or really to connect with you, what's the best way to do that these days?
Yeah, right now the best way to connect with me is to follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I have so much content on there. I
Yeah.
kind of go in waves of like dips and ebbs and flows. But there, if there's ever just like I want to know more about what you do, like just scrolling my feeds, I try to put a lot of value of the stuff that I'm currently learning. Um, and that's like a good place to see a lot of what I do.
Thank
Yes.
you so much for joining me today. It's so much fun to catch up, and I love that you
Oh,
are always so excited about what you've got going on and that you don't you don't allow just the energies of being a parent because that can hold you down in a lot of ways
mm,
because it gets heavy, so it gets hard sometimes, but you continue to show up with so much light, and I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for joining me in this conversation. I look forward to learning more about what you're taking on.
thank you so much for having me. It was
Thank
great.
you.